do save it for her. new friend of mine. She loves it when there's no sugar in it. Good evening and welcome again to America Tonight. I'm Barth Gimbel.
Hey!
Oh.
Hey!
Oh, I wish I had enough for all of you. Listen, before we get going tonight, I want to tell you about an exciting new show that premieres right here on UBS right after the new fall season is canceled. It's a whole new programming concept, not just a novel or another big event, but television's first full-fledged maxi series. It preempts everything, every night for 3 full weeks, okay? It's based on the phenomenal success of Roots, which dramatized some of the troubles of our black brothers, and the success of Holocaust, which is about the problems our Jewish friends recently had. UBS is committed to presenting 21 nights, it's 21 hours actually, I guess it is. It's a panorama of man's cruelty to every racial and religious minority group known to the network's research department. Pretty adventuresome. The program is simply called, but movingly called, Hate 78. Good, huh? Had a hand in that. It tells in dramatic form the occasionally documented story of a remarkable family, an Italian father who is gunned down in a mafia gang war, an Armenian mother who ends up being wiped out by the Turks, an Irish little boy who grows up, moves to Dublin, and gets shattered by an IRA mine explosion, and Kevin, he has a Bangladeshi half-sister who during the entire 3-week series, 3 hours a night, quietly starves to death. It's sad. There are also uncles and aunts and grandparents. Each one is a member of a different minority group, and each one is featured in at least 1 hour of terrible suffering. So, UBS is right now assembling the largest roster of guest stars since the 2nd annual Rock Music Awards, and they're all going to star in this depressing but prestigious program. So, please join me in being glued to your seat. That's so silly. Actually, you know, I'll be glued to my seat and not yours. You'll be glued to yours. And if you want to get downright factual, I'm not going to glue because it's going to ruin the velour. So enough of that. I get into these things. I'm sorry. So I'll just skip the adhesive. Skip the adhesive and forget it. I will be watching, and I hope you will, when UBS presents the massive mosaic of unpleasantness that makes Roots look like Car Wash and Holocaust look like the Sandy Duncan Show. It's called 878. And like the ads say, catch it before it spreads and watch it until it ends. Okay? Now I've done my part of the work here, and now maybe the network will come through with that billboard on Sunset. Meantime, here's a man whose sun is always setting, Mr. Jerry Hubbard.
That sounds like a great show.
Oh, I think it will be. And if it's a hit, 878, I think we'll probably do it next year, but we'll need it
every year. 879, 880.
Well, the 878 is kind of a rhyme, though. Maybe it could be a...
Yeah, well, we'll have to think of a rhyme for 79. That's not easy. Anyway, this leads me into something else, because we're kind of a family here, aren't we?
Well?
All right, and as in every family, when there is good news, we like to share it with other family members. Am I right?
Well, this is true, yeah, okay. Okay, but Jerry, I just don't think anybody is really that interested in the fact that your guppies had babies.
No, this is much bigger. Remember when they turned you down for that yam commercial because you didn't want to dress up in that yam costume and they didn't want you anyway?
Jerry, I don't think that...
Well, wait a second. I got some good news for you. I was saving this as a surprise. We got a call from the producer of that commercial.
Are you kidding? What did I tell you? Did I tell you they would call me back?
Uh-huh.
You gotta be firm with these guys. You know, that's just the way the commercial business operates. So
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. Anyhow,
this is great.
The news is they want Happy and me to do that commercial.
Oh, sure they do. Sure. They're going to make you drive down there 40 miles in a rush hour and audition in some stupid yam suit, and then they're going to give you the old brush off just like I got it. But if you want to go through the experience and not listen to your pal here, go ahead.
No. They gave us the job without even trying out. and you know, we owe it all to you. That's the main thing, because I guess you took a film of America Tonight down there so they could get an idea of how you performed. And, well, of course, while watching that, they also saw how we performed, and they thought we would be perfect.
Okay, so you're gonna dress up like a yam for a few $100, huh?
We're gonna dress up like a yam for $3,000. You hit it right on the head. $3,000. Yeah. Of course, what they first offered is $800, but Hap is quite a negotiator, you know. He hung right up on him. They called right back and came up with the 3 big ones.
Hap, get over here. Hey, break. Good, thanks. Listen, all right, big deal. $3 grand. Oh, may sound like a lot to you guys, really, but I think you guys got taken. They played those commercials over and over again every day, and they're going to make millions. So your $3,000 is really kind of a paltry amount. You got burned, right?
Well, that's why I insisted on that residual deal, you know. That's the one where they give you $3,000 in front, and then you get $100 every time that sucker plays.
Right, we'll be right back.
Everybody loves.
Thank you. Well, get a good look at a person who cares about what they're doing on television. Now, here's that stupid commercial that Happy and Jerry got sucked into doing for the California Yam Council.
Hi, Sam. I'm ready to be eaten.
Well, okay, Ham, but before we do, I want to let you know what I think about you.
Great.
You can search the east, search the west, but I know the food that tastes the best. It's my yammy, my yammy. Not an Idaho, but a California yammy. I'd walk a million feet
For a chance to eat Y-Y-A-double-M-Y.
Sing it out, my yammy. Butter makes it yummy. Yammy. You love it in your tummy. Yummy, yummy, yammy.
Get over here and sit down.
What'd you think?
Nice try. I guess it was all right.
I was worried that they were going to make me look foolish or something.
Jerry, you've never looked butter. And we thank the dear Lord above have guests. Our next guest is Mr. Virgil Sims, the mobile home daredevil who got his first break by leaping over a row of motorcycles in a mobile home. You may have seen that. He's had a lot of breaks since then, mostly in arms, legs, fingers, wrists, you name it. I don't mean you name it, Jerry, okay? Nevertheless, he kept going until fate took a hand and threw him through a windshield. Virgil sued the mobile home company and is now $500,000 wiser. So he is consequently welcome on my show anytime. Here he is, Mr. Virgil Sims. You've met the Yam. She. Virgil, you're a rich man now. Well, look at you. I just noticed you got yourself a haircut. You got them all cut, actually. It's kind of hard to get that thing happening in the front, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. No, I'll tell you, money won't buy you happiness. It won't even buy you a decent haircut.
Well, I think that's obvious. Listen, has money changed your life, though, at all?
No, not at all.
That's great.
Of course, we had hard times when I was a kid now.
Younger.
The sun set between my house and the road. We had some pretty rough times, but I don't believe money's changed me at all.
That's great.
Anyway, I got me a steady girlfriend. Yep. She's a real talented freelance sign painter.
She paints them, or she makes them up, or she does.
Yeah, she does all them fancy slogans that you see in the windows of all your top name stores around here, like Juanita's Garden Shop, and El Tijo Bolarama, and Lonnie's Casual Fashions for Giant Men.
Your girlfriend's keeping you busy, huh? Keeping you hopping?
No. No, I got me a pet project, Barth, for recreational vehicle owners. I figure us RVers has got to stick together.
Now, what are you doing for the RV owners?
Well, Barth, I've been think-tanking me a project that I call Mobile City. It's a city on wheels. And unlike a trailer park, which can't just up and move, you know, this Mobile City could be able to take off every couple of months, or whenever the weather's bad, or whenever the wanderlust hits you. I got me a mock-up.
Really?
Yep.
That is fabulous. That way, if the mayor has to run away from City Hall, he can just take City Hall right with him, huh?
Sure. You got that now?
I got it. Watch out, don't worry. I ran track. I know what I'm doing.
Whoop, whoop.
Easy. Come on,
Got it?
come on. I got it.
Okay.
Now this,
Slide in
you're gonna lose the, whoa.
I don't know where this goes.
We're sitting here.
Oh, dear. Aren't they glued on? No.
Oh, they were.
Okay. Can you see that?
I don't know where this.
Are you getting that? Tilt it. Are you getting that? Maybe you come in closer and we'll get down. How is that?
This one's got some stick on it.
That was back up here.
Yeah, that goes over there.
Okay, and we got another one there. Okay. Oh,
I think it'd be better.
Those are real mobile homes. They move okay.
Here's your mobile, too.
yeah, all right, there's that one. Now,
Well, this...
Lucky they're on wheels, or you couldn't just roll them back into place.
you want us to get in tighter?
Yeah, I believe I can get it here.
We're missing a lot of parts down here. I'm glad there are no people in this. They take their own food along, too, I guess.
You know, actually, I think Virgil's onto something here, because how many cities do you know can drive out from under a blizzard before the blizzard is even there? Now, this city can go 60 miles an hour, which is over the limit in most places, which could be another problem. You'd be driving along and some flashing red light would pull up alongside your kitchen, and the policeman would say, hey, pull that city over to the curb, you know? But it would solve the problem of moving so darn much. I mean, that's the bane of everybody. You know, you get settled down to one apartment and bang, you move, you have to learn the insides of another apartment. Back in Fernwood, remember that place I used to live there?
Yeah.
I was there for several years. I could get up in the middle of the night. Now listen, this is interesting. I didn't even have to turn on the light. I could hang a left, hang a right, and it'd be right there. Now, you move to a new apartment, you get up in the middle of the night, you hang a left, you hang a right, you can do something nasty to the broom closet.
We've got us an RV drugstore here that has a 24-hour Dramamine service.
Great thing.
We call it the Dramarama. And we had designed us an RV high-rise, look something like this here. And it kept doing this, so we ended up calling it the Leaning Tower of Winnebago. That's Mobile City's first tourist attraction.
Beautiful. Now, Virgil, Mobile City sounds to me like an idea whose time has come. Then it went almost as we just sat here talking about it. That's kind of amazing. I'm sure you've had an effect on our audience with this conversation. Maybe later in the show, you'll have a chance to really finish them off completely with your singing. Meanwhile, I think we should go on playing with the toys, and we'll be right back, okay?
We'll return to Martin Mull and America Tonight in just a moment.
Thank you. Well, we're back with my special guest, Mr. Virgil Sims, Happy Kind, the Mirth Makers, and Jerry Hubbard, who seems to have done to television what television did to radio. Incidentally, remember to stay tuned to the UBS network, speaking of television, after our show, where later tonight from 2 a.m. to 5 a.m., it's the David John Decker Show. David's always got something special cooked up. In fact, I think we have a clip here of David John with a preview. Can we roll that? Okay.
Hi, everybody. Join me later tonight, 2 till 5 in the morning. You'll meet some people from a very interesting group headquartered in nearby Altaluna, which boasts members throughout the country and I believe the world, or at least many parts of it. It's called the Vaughn Monroe Memorial Fan Club, and like the man says, the name says it. In fact, these people are fans of the guy, his relatives, of whatever. But they'll be falling in on us and telling us all the stuff, all the skinny such as it was about the times and life and times of the great Mr. Monroe, who I don't believe ever played the piano, but they do have a great anecdote about Vaughn when he was recording that Ghost Riders in the Air or the Sky or Racing to the Moon. I forget exactly, it doesn't matter. But the punchline is, he jammed his finger in the studio and some other guy had to hold his sheet music. And then they tell a story about Vaughn backstage. I think it was either the Roxy or the Strand Theater in New York City. Again, it really doesn't matter which one it was. But a guy came up to him to get an autograph. They were talking, and finally it ends up the guy thought Vaughn was either the late, great Eddie Cantor or maybe it was Rudy Valley, who I don't believe is dead. Maybe somebody could call in on that one. Anyway, this guy didn't know it was Vaughn, and they all had a big chuckle and went on their merry ways, and the guy's in the fan club right now. Then somebody tells a story about the Latin hat check girl who filed a paternity suit against the late, great Mr. M. And Vaughn apparently says, well, she's a nut. I never met the girl. No, comprende the whole thing. And anyway, the capper to this one is that it turns out her cousin worked for a doctor. They went to the office and dummied up a report, and the girl wasn't even expecting a tax rebate. A lot of great stuff. And you'll hear them tonight. The people are going to tell them in their own words. And, oh, yeah. There is another guest. This one is a real big surprise. A gorgeous gal. Turns out to be one of those, what do you call it, transsexual operations. And we find out about 5 o'clock in the morning that the gal actually used to be a fella. The whole crew was knocked out. You should have heard the reaction. In fact, you're going to get to do that this morning. So join us at 2 o'clock right here on what we like to call the David John Decker Show. Because if we called it anything else, we'd have to send out for new title cards.
Well, we're back with Virgil Sims here, who has been working on some new musical sound of yours you call country punk. Is that it?
Well, that image is not quite ready yet, Barth, until my tattoos are finished.
They're still healing up, aren't they? So, did you want to sing your song anyway?
Sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, the purported music of Mr. Virgil Sims.
Between us, it's all over. My socks no longer mix with yours. Instead, I found somebody else's. And my love is as faded as my jeans. I remember the first time I ever saw you. Bent over that fourth washing machine. Your hair done up in great big rollers. And the poodle on your robe was a scream. Now my heart and my clothes are laying faded in a heap of mildew-faded love. And by your side sits another with his clean socks and your wishy-washy love. You folded up my heart at the Big B laundromat, and I gave you all the spare change I had. You folded up my heart at the Big B laundromat, and I gave you all the spare change I had.
That's our show.
I just did.
Should have thought of that before you put it on, huh? Yeah, there's no zipper, because most people think about those things before they put them on. It is going to take you 20 minutes. You're right, and I think you have it coming. All right. That's our show. Goodbye.
Tonight, some members of our studio audience will receive the following: classic curves from Ditto's, the Feel the Fit Company, pants to make every woman feel beautiful in sizes 3 to 15 and 8 to 18, and Lillian Vernon's catalog gift certificate, jewelry, gifts, decor, personalized items, and things from practical to whimsical, furnished by Lillian Vernon. And Slim Fast, the natural way to lose weight, packed with vitamins, minerals, and natural protein, delicious and filling. You can get Slim Fast with Slim Fast.
Wednesday, July 5th, America Tonight moves to its new time, 11 p.m. Join Martin Mull and the Crazy Company as Late Night Looniness continues right here on Channel 13. Next, Anna and the King of Siam.